Hello. Thanks for checking out the Cannabis Control Division's demo video for NM+, our all-new licensing platform. In this video, we'll be demonstrating how to apply for a cannabis license using an integrated microbusiness application. First, log into your profile on the online portal and click on the tab titled Applications. On the drop-down menu, click on Apply for a License and look for your desired license type. For this example, we'll be selecting an integrated microbusiness license located on the second page. You will be taken to a pre-screening page that asks questions you will need to answer before you are able to move forward. Please note, answering yes or no to certain questions may cause the system to display an error message. That error message explains why you will be unable to move forward with the choices you have provided. Once this is completed, click on Start Application to continue. Please read the introduction, which will contain important information. Click Next and make sure your business information is correctly filled in. If it is not, please navigate to our video titled How to Set Up Your Cannabis Business to see how to set up your account. But if everything looks good, hit Next. Your application will now ask for employee information. Please fill out all the required information and hit Next when completed. Next, you will be asked further questions pertaining to the license you are applying for. Please note, it may look different if applying for a different license type. Make certain to answer each question to ensure you can move forward with the application. For the purpose of this demo, let's apply for all three functions available to an integrated microbusiness license, which are producer, manufacturer, and retailer. A microproducer can grow anywhere from 1 to 200 mature cannabis plants and any number of immature cannabis plants. We'll select the maximum allowed mature plants and half the number of immature plants, so 100 immature plants for clarification. After answering the function-specific questions, make sure to fill out the rest of the questions listed and proceed by clicking Next. Please note, failure to enter an answer will cause the system to prevent you from proceeding. Moving on to premise information, or where your cannabis businesses are going to operate. In this example, we have three selected functions. Each can have a separate address or all share the same address. For the purpose of this demonstration, we will have our manufacturer and retailer at the same location and our microproducer located separately. Let's start with our microproducer premise. We can enter a DBA up top, but due to this not being a required field, we'll skip this for now. The system will now ask you to enter your premise location, in this case where we intend to grow our plants. After entering an address and a phone number for that address, we can enter the times we intend to operate at. The system is asking more questions pertaining to our grow. In this example, our grow has water rights approved by the Office of the State Engineer, so I'll select that option. But I also have the option of using a municipal water source instead, if I have access to that. Now I'll fill in the approved OSE water right type, what kind of cultivation we intend to grow with, and how we intend to conserve our water and energy use for our farm. Now, we can see that this address is pending premise documents shown here. So we'll have to upload the required documentation before it will let us continue. Let's click on the Upload button and see what documentation is required. Here, the system explains what is required for this premise location. In this example, our OSE approved water rights and a copy of our current business license or a copy of a confirmation letter from our premise location's jurisdiction that they do not issue business or zoning licenses. Let's get these files uploaded. Now that they are ready to be sent along with the application, we'll proceed by clicking on Submit. Don't forget, we also have our premise location for our manufacturer and retail functions. Let's click on the Add Premise button to input our second location's information. Please note, a microbusiness is only eligible for one location per available function, so we'll get an error message if we try and open up a second producer location. Since our retail and manufacturer functions are going to be in the same location, we'll check both boxes and click Next. We'll be asked similar questions such as DBA, premise location, etc., So let's input this information and answer the function-specific questions below. Now, we must upload the requested documentation for this premise, just like we had for the other location. Make sure to upload all the required documentation and click Submit. Once you have all your premise locations and their respective documentation uploaded, we can move on to the next page. Here, we have the last bit of documentation needed before payment is requested. After we read the descriptions, we can upload our files and move on to the next page. Finally, we have our last step for the application process, which is payment. After reading the attestation carefully, we can sign it and enter our payment information afterward. The required payment is different for each license type and may differ if multiple premise locations are selected. Microbusinesses don't pay premise fees, so we'll just need to pay the $2,500 and we'll be good to go. The application will now be sent to the CCD for us to review and complete. If documentation is found to be missing or deficient, the licensing specialist assigned to your case will reach out to clarify. Thanks for watching. You can always contact the division if you have any questions. We can be reached at 505-476-4995, or you can email us at ccd.licensing@rld.nm.gov.